what you do not have. That it's not to be unmask yourself. That we put on so many masks, and at the end we forget who we are. We try to live like somebody else, and forgetting about our true nature. Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, we saw that one last week. Ahimsa, it's a broader meaning. It's not to injure others, hurt others in the physical level, talking level, or mental level. And today we will see another three. We will try to cover that one. Next is Kshanti. Kshanti means it's ahimsa. It's not to hurt others. Kshanti means even if somebody hurts you, not to retaliate. It's endure. That not to retaliate immediately. If you retaliate, it will blow the situation out of control. That not to retaliate immediately. Try to digest that what it means. That not to retaliate immediately. It's that itself it is called as tapas. Tapas is enduring the difficulty is also called as tapas. The tapas is if somebody assails you or insults you, that not to retaliate. That people say, even if I die, I won't forget that person. That so much of grudge people carry. That not to carry that grudge, that it will affect your own development. If you want to grow within yourself, not to hold that grudge against anyone, anger against anyone, it will affect it will distract your progress. Your progress gets retarded doing that one. And tapas is, as I mentioned, tapas is deep thinking is tapas. Tapas, Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mantra, it talks about tapas exhaustively. There are many Gayatri Mantras. That Gayatri Mantras, it's a 3-line Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri is a meter, that I will talk about meters next week. That it's a 8-lettered word. When it comes in 3 lines, that is called as Gayatri meter. That it should be 8-letter and it should come in 3 lines, that is called as Gayatri. One is Narayanaya Vidmahe, Narayanaya Vidmahe, Vasudevaya Dhimahi, Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat. That is 3 line. Or Tat Purushaya Vidmahe, Mahadevaya Dhimahi, Tanno Rudra Prachodayat, Ekadantaya Vidmahe, Vakratundaya Dhimahi, Tanno Danti Prachodayat. It's these 3 lines. It's all 8 letter. If one letter is missing, so instead of 8 words, in one of the lines, if it is 7 words, that is called, if it is one is less, it is called as Nichrud Gayatri. One less, Nichrud Gayatri, 1 letter, but still it is adjusted towards Gayatri. It's a 3 letter, that Gayatri, first letter Vidmahe, Dhimahi, Prachodayat. It is common in all 3. Vidmahe means think deep on that one. Vidmahe, that try to understand first. That to know something, we have to know first. That is Vidmahe. Try to understand that, receive the information, then Dhimahi. Think over it again and again. Dhimahi. That is tapas. Dhimahi. Then Prachodayat. The inner meaning within that one gets revealed to you. First process is Vidmahe, try to get information. After that, not to just get the information through one ear and out through other ear. Vidmahe and Dhimahi, constantly regurgitate within, that repeat that what it means. And Prachodayat, that inner meaning gets revealed to you. That is tapas. And that is another dimension of Kshanti. Then is Arjavam. Arjavam is straightforwardness. It's not to have crookedness within and talk something and having crookedness within. When you want to learn, be straightforward. That with the teacher also, that projecting something that some showcase, and within that one different motive. That have a straightforward approach in your sadhana. That is called as Kshanti Arjavam. Then next one is Acharyo Upasanam. Acharya Upasana is serving the teacher. That it's Bhagavad Gita again in the 4th chapter. It says, Tad Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadeshyanti Te Jnanam Jnanina Tattvadarshinaha. Tad Vidhi Pranipatena. It's a student's quality. Tad Vidhi Pranipatena. This with humbleness, with humility, approach the teacher. Not to show off that I know everything, or I am a wealthy person, or I am a very influential person. For those people, even if they get knowledge, information they might get, but no knowledge will come out. They are wasting their time. Tadvidhi pranipatena. Be humble to the teacher. That when you approach the teacher, be humble, be sincere. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. That inquire the teacher that what is that one. Not out of arrogance, not to test the teacher, but out of humility. That can you enlighten me? That pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Then if teacher desires that whatever teacher understands, he will impart that knowledge. That is the meaning of that one, Acharya Upasanam. And it's a Rigveda it's a peace mantra that it talks about Avatumam, Avatu that peace mantra says that may the Lord, so God resides in me and make me understand what teacher is saying. And also, Avatumam, Avatu Vaktaram, may the Lord, God resides in the teacher and make the teacher speak in such a way that I understand. That it's a peace mantra before the learning. That student says that may the God in me make me understand what teacher is saying. And also, Avatu Vaktaram, that may the teacher, God resides in the teacher and make the teacher to talk such a way that I understand. That communication channel is established. That is Acharya Upasanam. That communication should be there. And Acharya Upasanam, taking from the reference from the Upanishad in Shatprashna Upanishad, Uddalaka had a question. He went to his teacher. It's Shatprashna, 6 people, 6 students of wanting to learn about higher knowledge. They approached the teacher Pipila, that it's a teacher that all 6 students from different parts of the country, they approached the teacher. And they went to Pipila and asked about the higher knowledge. Pipila says that he did not impart immediately. He says, you have come all the way from there, stay with me for 1 year. And if you like my way of living, and if I like your way of living, and then if I know the answer for your question, then I will tell you. That if the student is not keen, or 1 year, and even after that teacher may not impart, what a waste of time. They did not go back. They stayed with Pipila, that all 6 of them, and that it's a teacher was observing the student and student was observing the teacher. And after 1 year, he imparted the knowledge. And in Chandogya Upanishad, another student, it's Shvetaketu. Shvetaketu, when he was a teacher, students, whenever they come for students who are keen to learn, he used to say that, take these 10 cows and come back to me after these cows have become 100. And after that, if I desire, I will impart the knowledge. It's not a ready-made, that package deal. That a lot of patience is required from the student. Lot of sincerity is required from the student. That to learn this knowledge, it is not available in the marketplace. You can't buy from your wallet, your purse or bank balance, you can't buy. That after 100 cows, that means so many years, that student has to serve the teacher, and teacher is testing the student. After that, once that student comes back, then out of that love itself, he will impart the knowledge. That another recent example, that in Swami Rama, that when he went to Uttarakashi, he wanted to know some higher knowledge, that his teacher sent to some person in some yogi in Uttarakashi. And when he was asking where that yogi stays, other people said not to go there, he's a mad person, not to go there. Whoever goes there, he throws stones at them. But still undeterred, that he went to that yogi, and yogi said, everyone was saying that I was mad and throwing stones at others, why did you come? And he said, I wanted to learn. He said, that yogi said, I was in fact testing the students. I was not aiming at the people coming. I was deterring them. If they are really keen, I used to impart the knowledge. That Swami Rama learned from that yogi that way, that so unflinching devotion and craving for the knowledge. When he approached that one, he got the knowledge. And teacher, that for myself, that my teacher Maheshwarananda, that though I did not learn anything from him, that anything knowledge, that I did not sit with him, but he blessed me with opened eyes. That another Bananja Govindacharya, that knowledge part, that I did not sit with him, but he also imparted the knowledge with opened eyes. That it's when the teacher becomes very happy with the sincerity of the student, that eyes opens up, teacher's eyes opens up, that itself is enough for getting the knowledge. You need not have to learn word by word from the teacher, but that blessing, when it comes from the teacher, that knowledge within starts awakening. That is Acharyo Upasanam. And lie down on your back, we'll cover